a 155-pound fight between Franklin Springfield and Richard Martin. They meet in the center of the cage.
And right away, living up to those Muay Thai shorts, Richard starts with a kick.
Richard Martin now looking like he's going for a double leg, but he's eating a bunch of shots to the back of the head. Franklin doing a good job of stuffing the shot. It looks like he's abandoned it.
Franklin's got a solid overhook there. He's jacking it up nice and high. That's keeping Richard Martin off of his hips, and that's where he wants him, is nice and high there. He just needs to spin off of the fence now if he's trying to engage in striking again. Now,
keep going for it. Don't give up on it.
The takedown's a little deeper.
Franklin trying his hardest to fight it off, but Richard finally gets it to the ground. But now he looks like he might have to try to fight off a possible guillotine if Franklin looks to collapse the hands on the other side. But right now he's settling for body shots while keeping Richard in his guard.
With one arm, this guillotine is no joke. He started rolling to his right side to defend it. It clearly is bothering him. Here he is again. He could be swept from there.
Franklin must be really powerful if he's able to put this much pressure on Richard from the bottom with a one arm in guillotine.
It appears a little looser now. The one artery is completely clear of any danger. But he still got on the throat maybe. On top, Richard Martin thought about tapping there.
Put that arm on his shoulder, Rich.
It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. Dominic Cruz and
Nate Diaz.
And then also Dominic was tapped with one by, help me out with the fighter's name, in the WEC in a title fight. He was tapped by Uriah Faber with a one-arm guillotine.
That's right. That's right. It's kind of deceptive because you would think as a fighter that there's no way this guy can get me with only one arm, but if deep enough and strong enough, it can happen. But
regardless, Richard's out here. He's on top. Appears to be where he wanted to be. He was going for the takedown. Now he's working in guard. But good job defending by Franklin. But as he gets cracked, though,
Richard landed a bunch of nice shots there. Now he's got the back of Franklin. He's got one hook in, it looks like, and he's also got one arm under the chin. He needs to get.
Now.
He's got both hooks, but he's abandoned under the chin. Right? No, he's gone back to it.
Trying for the choke instead of the TKO in this position. He's going to try to work it under here. Seems that Franklin's very focused on keeping the arms out from under his chin. He's going to survive for this last 10 seconds here.
And with the round coming to an end, it looks like Franklin doesn't really have to be worried about anything after all.
A good round for Richard Martin. Though he was caught in that guillotine and it appeared deep, he stayed composed, got out, ended with some damage, and appeared to take the round. No touch of gloves here in the beginning of round number 2. Richard Martin keeping his space. He has his hands open. And going with a big right hand over the top, trying to catch Franklin. Franklin coming, rushing back at him. I'm not sure if he caught him with anything there.
It looked like Franklin might have caught him with one, and now he's caught him with another, and another.
He's caught him, pouring it on for the finish.
He's dropped Richard, he's now got him.
Full mount. Full mount on top. Franklin Springfield trying to finish this fight. He's a little high, Joey. He needs to readjust himself.
Yeah.
Richard Martin's going to try to get him off over the top here. You see that? He's trying to try to spin likely into guard here.
And Franklin gives up the back. He's now on top, working sort of a north-south.
Richard Martin in the referee's position here, and this fight may return to its feet unless Franklin can take the back of Richard Martin, which he should attempt to do here. He's trying to come around. You saw Richard's left hand pop up and grab that leg. He's trying to keep him from spinning around to the back, getting a more dominant position. And now it's just Richard in on a shot if he can finish it.
Yeah, he looks like he's being punished though right now. Franklin's really hitting him in the body. He's already taken a few to the chin, He looks like he's really just struggling, but he finds a way. That is Richard Martin to pull Franklin over, reverse his position. He's now on top inside of Franklin's guard.
Gonna try to pass over to half guard here. Looks like he did so.
Now, okay, now go ahead and load. You got him up against the cage. There's nothing you can do.
His corner's calling out for a combination. His corner's calling out for a flurry.
Richard's got a punch.
He's trying to pin that arm down with his left knee, if you see that there, Joey, and I think he's gonna try to land after he gets that. He's looking for it again, it appears.
Yeah, his corner's right. He's probably wasting too much time and effort right now. He needs to be effective while he's standing. It is possible that the ref could stand him up if he doesn't do anything with this position or change position at some point.
The referee's letting him work here. Not a lot has happened. He is trying to pass that right knee over. He's in quarter guard right now. Franklin does not hold on to it, and now he is mounted.
Richard with the mount, throwing strikes from the
Big
top.
combination. Franklin's got to move here.
The referee is getting closer.
Franklin's got to move here if he wants to stay alive.
Franklin tried to, hip thrust him off.
Back.
But
He's
not.
holding the wrist. He had double wrist control there, and he survives the round. How
Wow.
about that?
Saved by the bell.
Absolutely. And saved by some wrist control and some punching back. Richard Martin close to the finish, but no cigar, as it appears that he has definitely taken the end of that round there in a dominant way. But we will see round 3. The third and final round is now underway between Franklin Springfield and Richard Martin, who shoots a takedown right now, being stuffed by Franklin.
But kind of the whole story of this fight, I think, is Richard Martin's just determination. Every single time he's gone for something, he's stuck with it, and he's managed to make it work. And once again, he gets the trip and throws Franklin down.
This time he's in a dominant position right away. He's in side control is where he landed. He's cutting the knee through for mount. He just got a minute break, so he might be more fresh and could potentially look for a finish here.
Yeah, against the cage like that, it's hard for Richard to get that leg over. It actually is going to be working towards Franklin's favor, the position that they're in right now. But still, Richard doing a good job of landing effective body shots while in this position, and now he's got the leg over. He's officially in full mount. Not a good position for Franklin so early in the round.
Franklin's trying to survive down there. Richard's not trying to expend much energy here. His corner's really calling for a flurry, but he's kind of taking a breather here, and I'm sure he's going to try to capitalize on this position when given the opportunity. He's not creating that opportunity, though, by exerting more energy.
Now Franklin's rolled over, giving up his back. Not a good idea. Hooks are already sunk in. At this point, it looks like Richard might be looking to sink something in, but he's taking his time with everything he's doing. There's still some time left in this round. Not to overexert himself is a good idea on Richard's part. He's still landing effective shots. Nothing too strong, but these got to be looking good, both in position and strikes in the eyes of the judges.
And these are only 3-minute rounds. As an amateur, you can't hang out down there too long. If Franklin wants to win this fight, he's going to need to make something happen. When you're in such a dominant position, you're less likely to get stood up because you could finish from there. I've seen in amateur fights early stand-ups from dominant positions, but we have a good referee here, and he's going to let him work as long as he stays somewhat active in this dominant spot. So it's really up to Franklin Springfield to make something happen here to become victorious in this fight.
Yeah, and even though Richard might not be looking for submissions, he is landing strikes. He is being aggressive. I don't see this being stand-up anytime soon, and unless Franklin does anything here, this fight could be over.
Richard Martin with some labored left hands on top, just trying to keep working here as the clock ticks away for Franklin Springfield.
Now Richard looking to get a hold of the neck.
Only 10 seconds left. His corner's just calling to stay on top. He might try to finish. We can't see the choking hand.
It looks like he's trying to clasp, but saved by the bell. It looks to me like Richard Martin has taken this one.
It does appear so. He obviously took that third round. Did a good job just staying in dominant positions and keeping on working. That takedown in this final round here was crucial because he ended up in side control. He did not have to work inside his guard, so there was much less potential to get stood up. So though he was tired and taking his time, that dominant spot was held for the majority of the round.
Yeah, and even in the earlier rounds, he was able to withstand a few barrages from Franklin, but every time this kid's resiliency, able to go for the takedowns and get him and find himself in dominant position, ending every round was really the key to this fight.
At the end of 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Judge Mike Wolfe scores the contest 29-28, Springfield. Judge Gabriel Sabeda scores the bout 29-28, Martin.
Yeah, buddy. Here you go.
And Judge Brandon Mason scores the bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Richard Martin. Richard, that was a close call. I mean, it's appeared that you got rocked a little bit by that left hand. What was going through your mind? So it appeared that you were very aggressive in your takedowns, and it seemed like after a little bit of struggling, you were able to get him down on the ground. How tough was that? Congratulations on the win. Ladies and gentlemen.